Hello, I'm Reverend Helen Chamberlain. That's a photograph of me, and I'm going to show you today how to make a very simple Mothering Sunday posy. If you're isolated at home and you can't get out children to get one for your mum from the shops, then maybe have a look around in the garden. You can use mainly greenery and that kind of thing. Ask an adult to help you if you need help with scissors. And let's have a little go. While I'm just arranging this greenery, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of Mothering Sunday. Now, children in the past, they used to be in service in some of the big houses, and they used to be given the day off on Mothering Sunday to go home to see their mum and to visit the church, which was their mother church, the church where they'd been baptised, probably as a little baby, and brought up in church every week at the services and at Sunday school. And they would go back to see their mums and their families and go back to their mother church on Mothering Sunday. And they didn't have things to take for them, they didn't really have money, so they would pick some flowers on the way and bits of greenery and make a little posy, rather like this one, for their mums to take on the way. So that's what we're going to do now, okay? So have a look around, and what you might like to do is cut some greenery. This greenery is probably about twice the span of my hand, so it might be about 3 times the span of your hands, okay? And then just arrange it in a sort of fan shape. So you've got something tall in the middle, something a little bit smaller at the side, and something else a little bit smaller at the other side. So you're kind of making that kind of shape, all right? So there we go. Lay those down. And then you've got some gaps in that fan shape. So try and fill them in with something else. I've got some little bits of a little bush here. I'm going to put 2 of those in. And then I've got some more bits off another little bush, which are a little bit, oh, they're quite nice and soft actually, a bit like, more like fern, not fern. I don't actually know what they're called, I need to find out. I'm going to put those in the middle, so we've got a nice kind of fan shape there of greenery. I'm now going to add 1 or 2 little flowers before we gather it together. And it's as simple as that. So I've got a very tall flower here, I think that's going to go right at the top. And just trim that stem a little bit carefully with the scissors. And I'm going to put another tall flower. It's come out of the garden. Something crawling on that. I'm going to put that over at the other side. And then I've got a slightly shorter daffodil here, tiny daffodil. So I'm going to put that down in the middle so that I'm getting some tall things, some medium things, and then I'm going to go for some shorter flowers as well. So here we go, we've got a shorter flower. I don't even know what kind of daffodil that is, but it's rather pretty. And then we've got a little blue flower here, that's going to go at the bottom. And if you've got any more flowers, if you're lucky enough to have any more, then just fit those in. Some tall, some medium height, and some short height. And push them all together like that, and then you just pull them together. Give them a little push round so they look okay. If you've got an elastic band, then just pop the elastic band round the bottom to keep them all together, like so. Or if you haven't got an elastic band, or you want it to be extra secure, you can get a piece of sticky tape, any kind of sticky tape will do, and wrap that tightly around the stem of the flowers. If you want it to look ultra neat, you can trim off the stalks at the bottom of the flowers like that, and there you have it. You've got a Mothering Sunday bouquet, little posy. You might want to add a little bit of ribbon, and as a rough guide it should be about twice the length of the bunch of flowers, okay? So I'm going to use that much for this one. Cut that off. And then if you've got children's scissors or safety scissors, I'm going to be a bit silly and use these big ones, but only get an adult to use the big scissors. If you've got nice gentle ones with rounded edges, you can put a gentle, a not very sharp blade over the ribbon and just pull it. So perhaps get an adult to do this for you. And that will make it go really, really curly. You see the difference? Okay, let's do the other side. Put that over the blade and pull. Or you can use an ordinary dining knife that's not too sharp. So you've got a nice little ribbon to tie around like so. Oh, we're nearly finished. There we go. I'm going to tie that into a bow. And there we have it. Here's one we made earlier, and there's one we've just made. So it's really quick and easy to do. You might want to say a little prayer. Maybe if you can't get to see your granny this year, maybe if grandma is away from you, and we shouldn't be visiting older people at the moment, we've got to keep them safe. You might want to say a little prayer. So I'm going to say that now. Loving God, on this Mothering Sunday, we ask for your blessing on our posies. May they be symbols of love and gratitude to those who receive them or see a picture of them on their phone. We pray for family we cannot be with this year in person. May we live with consideration for others. Even when it is hard to be apart, help us to remember that in so doing, we are showing love. Through Jesus' offering of himself, we know that love is always costly. In an ever-changing world, help us to know your steadfast love is constant as a mother's care. Amen. You might just want to say a really short prayer, something like this. Dear God, help Grandma to know how much I love her when she sees this Posy on her phone. Amen. So have a safe and a happy Mothering Sunday, and remember that whatever happens, God is the same. God always holds you in his hand and always loves you today and always. God bless.